Hi there, everybody. This is Carrie Hamblen, the CEO and president of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce. It's been a while. It's good to see you. We are here with one of our member Zoom chats that we do for members of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce. And I have with me today two very, very busy women. I have Kristen Worthington, who is the owner of Worthington Pecan Farm, and Camille Hines Plante, who is the founder and CEO of the We Warrior Project, and they are co-organizers of the inaugural Las Cruces Pecan Festival. It is so lovely to see you both. Oh my gosh. And the fact that I'm getting you both like right now, because as somebody who's organized festivals, there's a lot to do. And I am just amazed. And so tell me, like, if you will, tell me like how the idea of the festival came about, because we've had festivals here before. And so knowing that, and Kristen, you're in the field, you are like literally in the field. How did this idea to like, let's organize a pecan festival come up?
Well, we really hadn't had a pecan festival since 2017. I was so excited to get when I moved here to see one. And so when it didn't come back, I was like, that's interesting. But I also liked that I've seen some other festivals where they've kind of incorporated whatever it is. So if it was a cherry festival, they had everything cherry. And it was kind of a fun thing. And I'm thinking, this would be really great. And I would love to do this. And everybody's telling me, hey, you should do this. But I couldn't do it by myself. So it wasn't until I met Sam who came to my booth, and she's like, she had the same idea to do a festival. I'm like, if I've got a strong person, I think I can do this. So we came up with this probably about a year and a half before we actually, since this time period, because we wanted it to be big. We wanted it to be community based. We wanted to give back to the community. And so all of our people are volunteers. And I have been so happy and so amazed at how many people have come out to help volunteer and put this thing on. So I couldn't do this by myself. There's no way I could do everything by myself. But then I met Camille. We had the same CPA, and he kind of joined us together because we were looking at nonprofit. How do we do this? And she just happened to have a nonprofit. So go ahead, Camille, tell them how you like me.
Well, like Kristen said, I got the call, and they really needed a business entity to kind of be that umbrella for them, to function as someone that's getting donations and asking for sponsorships and putting on some of the marketing and commerce of this. So it it really worked out because the We Warriors Project will be the beneficiary. And we have a great cause, and we only serve New Mexico families, and everything that is raised in New Mexico stays in New Mexico to support our families. And we work with New Mexico families that have children born medically fragile. So we work with the hospital, clinic entities, and we also provide NICU support boxes to help them through their flight while they get baby out of the hospital and home, and whatever that entails before, after, and moving forward. So being from here, it makes a lot of sense. We're always trying to promote all that is New Mexico. We're proud New Mexicans, even if we're transplants, and it's our biggest export. And Doñana County is the largest county. What is in the country, Kristen?
In the United States, yep, we're the biggest.
That grows pecans and produces. So we've worked at, even with the We Warriors projects, many families that are pecan farmers. Pecan farmers also support the We Warriors project in our galas and tournaments, and it's a huge job provider. And I think that it's time to start talking about something that, green chili, absolutely proud to be, one of the biggest providers of that around the world. But pecans also are a huge part of our history, part of our commerce, part of our job market. So it's something that made sense to Kristen and I both. And my parents were pecan farmers when I was very young. So it's something that we all love, enjoy, use, and Kristen and I have very similar ideas about marketing and business and family and everything like that. So it was a great partnership, and I'm looking forward to doing this annually.
Well, it's a perfect example of how local businesses give back to local charities. I use this statistic. It's 350% more than do national chains. And it's because there are folks that are friends and neighbors, and they're committed to the community. And I do appreciate the term medically fragile, because that really encompasses a lot of different conditions that babies might be coming into the world under, that they've got some challenges. And so this is for those tiny babies, those really tiny babies that might have some challenges ahead of them, and trying to make it a little bit easier for both them and their families. And so really grateful for that partnership. You and I've had conversations about the We Warriors project on a number of times. And so with this, though, you know, in addition to the partnership for We Warriors, the Las Cruces Pecan Festival, you've really been able to, both of you, because you're connected, and because it's Las Cruces, and you know, everybody knows everybody, you've been able to develop some really good partnerships. What are some of those partnerships that you think are going to be really helpful for this event?
Well, we just got in Stallman's just became one of our sponsors, which has been, you know, they're the biggest growers in the world. So that's been a huge, I'm just appreciative that they're part of this. We've got NMDA, they're the Department of Ag, that are going to be doing demonstrations throughout the day, doing like pecan, they've got their chef ambassadors, and they've got pecan recipes that they're going to show off and have people try, which is going to be so much fun. And then we have them also giving out recipe cards at their booth. And then we have the NMSU is going to be there talking about pecan trees and about pecan weevil and everything that goes along with it, so that we can be a little bit more in the know of what about our trees. And then we've also partnered up with, we've got Southern Roots is another one they're one of the biggest big shellers in the area. They've also partnered with us. I've got some pecan growers that are going to be actually at the festival and have their own booths. So I covered more of the pecan producer side, and then Camille, she's been in the area for so long, she knows all the people. So it's like, and then Sam, she's technology wise, and she's got the VFW under her belt. So we were able to really encompass a lot of people. So who else am I missing, Camille?
Well, also the city of Las Cruces jumping in our first year and being a part of what we're trying to do, and you know, just lets us know that they see potential in us bringing more information to light, potentially bringing in people from out of state to either participate or just see what we're doing. We actually have two vendors, I think, from Mexico.
Yes.
So we can be the international pecan festival technically.
Nice. Yeah.
We've got La Casa Picania. We've got you said Southern Roots. You know, Bravo Mike Communications, the Hutton Group. It's just people that we've known through different things we've done, either through business or you know, different connections, especially with the We Warriors project. Bravo Mike has always been a huge asset to helping us get things done. Donations in kind, which, you know, a lot of people don't realize it's not always just like, oh, well, give us a check. You know,
Right.
A lot of people can do so much for us on a marketing level, or getting our name out, or just helping us with raffle items to support that. And we always take their good name with us, because we can't do this without people like that.
Well, and I have to say, you know, I'm noticing one of the things that I always share with nonprofits is when a business gives you money, that's advertising dollars. So it's really your obligation to advertise them, and you've been rocking it on your social media. So because you do vendor spotlights and you do sponsor spotlights, and I think that's fantastic, and that's really getting to an audience that normally wouldn't see that business and may not follow that business. And so I think that's absolutely wonderful. And those partnerships are just going to be golden once you continue on. And so as we finish up this Zoom chat, I was looking, you know, at the website lascrucespecanfestival.com, and you've got a lot of activities. There's live music, and there are vendors, and there's the cornhole tournament, which people I know are going to go nuts for, because there's like this cornhole contingency in Las Cruces that are diehard folks. So how'd you come up with the activities and what you wanted to do? Because you've also got Taste of the Pecan, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, that one was an exciting one. We were trying to, so first of all, we wanted to make it so that it was something good for everybody. So we wanted to kind of encompass a lot of different things. And we've got over 70 vendors, we got 20 food trucks. That means that we've got over 50 just regular vendors. A lot of them have food. So there's going to be so much to try and do. And I wanted to show off that pecans are great for like desserts, but they are really good for like hors d'oeuvres and main dishes. And so that kind of was what we did with the demonstrations, but also the tasting. I want to see this top chefs, and we still need some chefs in there that want to show off some fun things that they can do with pecans. And we were going to be judging them, and we have a fun little prize at the end too for that. So go on, if you're interested, go online and check that out. It's under tasting. It doesn't cost anything. It just brings some samples for people, about 100 samples, and then your dish that you have out, but I'm really excited to see what people come up with, because I think once we show off the versatility of the pecan, they're going to see more and more people getting excited. And then I think we've got I-10 running through here and I-25. People don't stop, but when they start seeing that we've got some fun stuff here, they're going to stop, and then they're going to spend some money. So it's good.
Well, when you and I first started talking, I shared with you my chocolate pecan tuaca pie that I like to make. Instead of bourbon, I put in tuaca, which is an Italian liqueur, which is really lovely. And then, I don't think a lot of people think of, we do candied dates, and we put pecans in and wrap bacon around them and then put them in the oven, and they're super good.
And Mexico has like a horchata that's like with the pecans. I mean, so there's a lot out there that we just haven't seen. And so, but the big thing that we're trying to go towards is this Sunday, the 14th, is National Pecan Day. So I wanted to make sure that we could pull some people, have some fun. So we're going to do the pecan hunt with the kids, which means that we're going to have a bunch of pecans painted different colors with different point values. So at the end, the kids can pick out prizes based on what they collected throughout the place. So that's going to be fun. The pecan fairy is going to be there. Our art competition person, Caitlin Sherrill, she did a beautiful job on her art. And we're going to take that a little step further and actually have a pecan fairy look very much like that one, and have them taking pictures with the kids and everything else and giving out things. I think that'll be really a fun thing. I didn't even think about that, but it just everything's kind of evolved. So that's kind of where we've kind of come up with some of our activities. And I think each year is going to get a little bigger and a little better. I just can see that I have this vision, and I know Camille does too, of this thing being awesome. So
yeah, the cornhole tournament was kind of a no-brainer because, cornhole's taking off in this country. They're starting to offer scholarships. They want to put it in the Olympics. I mean, and I'm like, that's weird. But then I thought about curling, and I was like,
right,
summer, winter, and it's something that everyone can do. You don't have to be, it's horseshoes. It's stuff that anyone can do. You've done it camping. You've done it out at a Blue Moon. You've had some fun with it. These guys, Las Cruces Cornhole is putting it on for us, and whoever's not doing it, there's always someone in a couple mix that is more wanting to shop, but get in the cornhole tournament, everyone's happy. People are finding pecans, getting something for the kids. We have beer garden. We have pecan grill in the VIP tent with a full bar, and little noshes and things like that. Another big focus that I think is awesome for this pecan festival that really was exciting for me is, I'm from here, and I've seen generation after generation and grew up with the kids that are now the farmers and have their own families. These spouses that come in, or, someone that isn't real, I don't want to just be a pecan farmer, but it is the family business. Kristen came in and turned this industry a little bit on its side because she's not just farming pecans. She's also shelling them now, but she's making pecan oil for cooking, the chapstick, the flavored pecans. She's doing lotions. I mean, there's so many things you can do on a retail level and keep it local and do some really cool exports that are coming out of here. And it's not just the nut that you can cook with, or having an industry where you're just shelling them. There's so much more. So we really want to show people on a generational level that there's more to this than just the farming that you grew up thinking you were going to be doing.
Well, and I mean, Kristen, I remember when you started coming up with the pecan oil and all of that. It was very much during the pandemic, of how to pivot and how to be flexible and how to adapt. And that's when you see those businesses rise to the top, when you get really creative and start coming up with different things. And I'm excited.
Yeah, because even our vendors, I've been surprised that when we make it a point that they have to have something pecan related, and sometimes they're like, I don't know what to do with that, but just they're loving having to be creative. I mean, we had a barbecue place that, yes, they're going to use pecan wood for their barbecue, but then he's like, oh, I have some other ideas of what I can do with pecans. So I'm just excited to see what everybody comes up with.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And I know that you and I, the three of us, could talk for a long time about like creative ways of engaging people, but we do need to wrap it up here. And so I'm very excited about this. This is the first of 2 Zoom chats. I have with us Kristen Worthington, who is the owner of Worthington Pecan Farm, and Camille Hines Plante, who is founder and CEO of the We Warrior Project. They're co-organizers of the upcoming Las Cruces Pecan Festival, probably going to be called International Pecan Festival soon, I'm sure, which we are very much honored to be able to be a co-sponsor of. The Las Cruces Pecan Festival will take place April 12th through the 14th at Young Park. On Friday, the 12th, the event will start with a ribbon cutting right before 3 o'clock. And then the Yarbourgh Band will be performing that night. Saturday, the 13th, the event runs from 10 to 7 with the cornhole competition and West Texas Band performing. And then the tasting of the pecan event. And then on Sunday, I mean, it's like everything's rolling together because there's so much. On Sunday, the event runs from 10 to 5 o'clock with, again, the cornhole competition, Pecan Hunt, with prizes and raffle drawing. If you'd like more information, you can find it all at LasCrucesPecanFestival.com. It is so lovely to talk with you, and I am so excited about just the efforts, and thank you for the efforts because it's a lot of work. So thank you both for doing that.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.
All righty. Well, we're going to wrap up the Zoom chat. If you'd like to have a Zoom chat because you're a member of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce, you can go ahead and find your contact information. You can connect me either above or below, all depending on what platform you're seeing this on. We'll have more from our friends here at the Las Cruces Pecan Festival coming up in a later Zoom chat. But until then, ladies, see you soon.
Bye.